In Oregon, this is NBC 16 News at 6:30.
First at 6:30, protest on campus as students show support for immigrant students and opposition to President Trump's immigration policies. Good evening. Thanks for joining us for NBC 16 News at 6:30. I'm Alan Matthews.
And I'm Gold Meadows. Hundreds gathered at the University of Oregon today to protest the federal government's crackdown on illegal immigration. The protest brought together students, staff, and the community at the Herb Memorial Union. Campus organization MECHA says it's standing up against the targeting of immigrants and marginalized people, as well as what it calls a horrendous approach to policy by the Trump administration. Last month, Governor Tina Kotek committed to uphold the state's sanctuary laws. This gives some comfort to those involved with MECHA.
Our board doesn't consist of many immigrants, but we do want to give that space to our students who are immigrants. We are in complete agreement with our state and the sanctuary laws. We are pleased to know that they're going to be standing firm on those. Overall, we hope we're providing a space for education and for speaking out. Even though we are not on the southern border, we have a lot of people migrating up into Oregon. Even now, that kind of growing fear just continuously developing.
One speaker tells us it's Congress that needs to hear the message loud and clear.
If the community wants to support our people, our immigrants, we need to write a letter to our congressmen. We need to write a letter to our senators, because this is the people that write the laws and that they approve the laws. And right there is the key. And ask for an amnesty for that people that have living here for more than 25 years.
As of last month, hundreds of U.S. soldiers have been directed to the country's southern border, where federal officials say migrant captures have decreased because of the recent enforcements.
Misdemeanors and nonviolent crimes may not always receive great attention from law enforcement, but they can be devastating for the victims. That was the case for Rebecca Davis, who says she called the Coos Bay Police Department in October to report a vehicle break-in, but was disappointed with the response.
Everything got stolen. My bank accounts got wiped, and they couldn't even come talk to me because they were so overwhelmed with calls.
CBPD says the local dispatch center is extremely busy after it took over operations for the sheriff's office 6 months ago. To help address the issue, the agency recently launched an online reporting tool called MyPD Connect, which allows users to report crimes like theft, fraud, and vandalism.
We just want to give them more options and make it easier to connect with us. So I think this could be easier for people that don't want to make a phone call right now or maybe feel worried about making a crime tip, and this way they can do it more anonymously. So I think it just gives our citizens and visitors another option to connect with us.
CBPD says it assigns an officer to investigate all property crime reports made to its agencies and within city limits. MyPD Connect reports can be filed on the police department's website.
And the North Bend Police Department, which instituted MyPD Connect 7 months ago, says the reporting tool has been a success. It's received 51 reports through the web portal so far. The agency saying in part, quote, by empowering residents to share information, the system helps prevent crimes from going unreported, which can lead to further incidents and victims. Timely reports also allow police resources to be deployed effectively, improving overall community safety. Moving now to weather with a live look over Eugene tonight. Alan Matthews has a first look at your forecast, and I expected what I got today.
I know, and I kind of like this view that we've got here.
Good way to end.
Yeah, you got your rainfall, you got some sunshine, you got some cloud cover, and temperatures pretty close to average for this time of the year. Let's show you what's going on right now, though, as we are at 51 degrees. A bit of cloud cover out there as well. South-southwest wind at 8, and our humidity sitting at 80%. As we look at the radar satellite, not much in the way of change from the last hour. That rainfall that moved through the northern portions of the viewing area continuing its trek out to the east and breaking apart as it does so. Maybe some breaks in the clouds as we get through tonight. We still could see maybe an isolated shower or two, not really banking on a lot of rainfall. Now, we still have that winter weather advisory in effect for the Cascades in Lane and Lynn County. That's for 4,000 feet and higher. That goes until tomorrow morning at 4 o'clock, so still the potential of some snowfall there. Now, as we look at your weather headlines, those showers end tonight. Could see some patchy fog, especially for the Umpqua Valley and the coast tomorrow morning. Otherwise, should be a dry day on Thursday with some isolated showers possible on Friday, but we are looking at rain this weekend. We're going to break it all down with your full forecast next. Well, a study out of the University of Oregon is showing how climate change is impacting public transit use.
And you might be surprised by the results. The study found that extreme weather events resulted in less use of public transit services, especially buses.
Now, they found that public transit use dropped during extreme heat or heavy rain, showing that people don't want to wait for a bus when it's very hot, cold, or wet.
Researchers looked at 48 cities across the country from 2002 to 2019, matching ridership statistics to weather events like heat waves or heavy precipitation. UO says the research should help public transit districts make better decisions about building sheltered stops and increasing the number of stops made by public transit. And if you've already filed your Oregon state tax return, you may be getting your refund very soon. The Oregon Department of Revenue has sent out the first batch of refunds, some 400,000 of them, so people who use direct deposit could see the money as early as today. Typically, the state holds on to refunds for 2 weeks as a fraud prevention measure. That period is over, so most filers can now expect their refunds within 2 weeks of filing. Getting a step up on firefighter training. Student firefighters at Umpqua Community College got hands-on with their training. Reporter Rigo Aguilera visited the practice site to learn more.
The training allowed student volunteers to put their skills to the test with a simulated structure fire training. The training is a part of UCC's Associate of Applied Science degree for incoming students interested in becoming a firefighter or a paramedic.
They let the college come in and actually get an environment like this where we can smoke it up and find actual victims, something that we can't really talk about in a classroom, right? We've talked about taking victims out off of a ladder to where, again, we can't do that in the classroom, so it's really cool to get this opportunity to get inside of a structure and actually get things done.
Fire officials say the building was donated by the Roseburg Public Schools to use for fire training. Getting the chance to practice on a structure with industry professionals gave students a new outlook into the program.
Learning from guys that are actually doing it, how to do it correctly and using the same applications that they use around the county, it's going to help us out a lot as far as getting a job and experience gained.
Students got to experience simulated smoke in the structure and remove mannequins fixed inside the building as victims. The program also allows advancements in different fields besides firefighting, like paramedic work. Reporting in Roseburg, I'm Rigo Aguilera.